Hey Fee! Hey Tracy! What should we do today? Let's watch this hip TV show with girls like you and me. It's fun that we really like, and best of all, it's free! Squirrel eyes are watching Geek Girl TV! Squirrel eyes are watching Geek Girl TV! I'm Star Spectrum! You have the young winery! Apple my PC! Geek Girl TV! Television for the computer savvy.
Hello and welcome back to Geek Girl number 28. I'm your Geek Girl host Eve Park, and this week I am so excited because my theme song rocks. The music comes compliments of The Daze, and you can check them out at their MySpace page, myspace.com/thedazegirl. And I recommend that you check them out because they're cool, and not just because they made me a theme song. If you like the song, let me know, or better yet, let them know. And hopefully we'll hear more from The Daze soon. Let's start off with some superhero powers. Leeshlo writes, "Hello, I just seen your show and I like it, although I don't like the snowbot at all. Well, the eye is kinda cool, but it being a snowman at all, just not my cup of tea. You asked about a superhero thing. Well, I don't really have to think anything up because I am already a superhero. My alter ego is Leeshlo, and I'm in a superhero group, Ninja Patience. All legitimate superheroes belong to a group or guild, if you call it, like Xmas, Avengers, etc. To prove it, I enclose JPEGs with me as Leeshlo on them. Also, my superhero group is there. Regards, Leeshlo." Leeshlo, you are so cool. I love that you sent me pictures. Here's Leeshlo, and here's Leeshlo with his superhero group. I wish all of my superheroes would send me pictures. And I'm really sorry, Leeshlo. He sent me that back in like April, but I wanted to do my super villain thing in order that the ninja patients have someone to do battle with. And Leeshlo is right. Being in a super group definitely makes you more cool. That is why today, I, Geek Girl, create a new superhero group called the Leetors. If you at home don't have a cool superhero group like the Ninja Patients, good news! I'm accepting applications to the Leetors. Just send your name, superpower, and hopefully a picture to geekgirl@clevermedia.com. Requirements are that you be Leetor, as in more leet than the general populace. Also, you must be willing to be a Leetor in that you lead by example. Give a noob a helping hand. A true leader is not allowed to be an asshole. That's right, you have to use your powers for good instead of evil. I received another great superhero power letter from Jose Antonio Fernandez de Mexico DF. Who, by the way, I tried to reply to, but my email was returned as spam, which has never happened to me before. Anyway, Jose writes, "As for my superpower, super something name, and super alignment, I'd be pathogen, a being capable of influencing bacteria, either bond with external bacteria to form these super protoplasmic extensions, which are amazingly strong, resilient, and resistant to damage, or induce mutations in microorganisms, either to heal or to unleash plagues. Pathogen is actually like on the borderline of heroes and villains." I love it! What a very creative superpower, Pathogen. But if you'd like to join the leaders, you'll have to refrain from spreading plagues. So I've got a lot of feedback asking me to expound upon the whole Mac PC debate, which is a huge topic, and I can barely scrape the surface of in this medium, which I mentioned the first time I brought it up, but holy crap, there's worms everywhere. So you got hardware versus hardware, an operating system versus an operating system, and software versus software. You can install Windows on a Mac using Parallels, and Mac OS is on top of Linux. So technically you could have all three operating systems on a single computer. But why would you want to? The way I see it, hardware is a lot like a car. If you have a behemoth of a home-built gaming PC, that's sort of like a hot rod. Really high maintenance, but really high performance. Having a Mac is sort of like having a well-built German car. It's reliable, it's safe, and pretty good performance. Now when it comes to laptops that you can't really pimp out on your own anyway, Macs score extremely high. And although a Mac is more expensive than a PC, know when you look at the specs that when you buy a MacBook, you're actually getting more than what you paid for. This is because macOS, when running on a laptop, I've heard, actually underclocks their processor. This is to control noise and heating. If you're running Parallels on a laptop, it'll actually run things faster because the default in Windows is to exploit the heck out of the processor, which could be why I've known a lot more PCs to melt down than Macs. Now when it comes to operating systems, Mac holds your hand so much that I have to admit I've kind of looked down on their users just a little bit, at least before I came to work at Clever Media. But I am so ticked off at Microsoft. They push us around and push us around and push us around because they think they can get away with it. I mean, Vista? Come on! Is there any excuse for making a product that bad? Well, I tell you what, this is one geek who's not gonna take it. And they get away with it because a lot of people have no choice. Let's face it, why do we buy a computer? We buy a computer to run the software that we need. And if you need a particular software that only comes on Windows, you have no choice. And a lot of software manufacturers can't afford to develop for other operating systems because Windows has such a large market share. And it has so much market share because it has so much exclusive software. And it has so much exclusive software because it has so much market share. And it's a vicious, vicious cycle. However, I am in a place in my life where I don't actually have to have a PC anymore. It's very freeing. I'm not in school, so I don't have to worry about compatibility issues there. There is so much gaming that can be done on a Mac or on a console. At work, we use Macs and we use all software, of course. That's Mac friendly. So for the first time in my life, I have a choice. I have a choice to personally boycott Vista. And choice is very important. It is very important to a free market economy. It is because most people don't have this choice to begin with why Windows is so bad to begin with. So there you have it. I am going to go out of my way not to use Vista because I think it's worth it. But I have a lot of PC parts lying around now. A lot of my viewers have mentioned I could always go with Linux. Now, I've sort of dismissed that because, after all, it doesn't even run WoW. In fact, it doesn't run any of the programs I use. But I think that I might look into it after all. I'm due for a rebuild probably at the end of the summer. And when I do, I will look if there's drivers for my components and see if I can build a Linux machine. I can't afford to do the 3D model dabbling that I'd like to do on a PC anyway, and there's a lot of 3D stuff for Linux. So, I'll keep you posted. Well, that's all I have time for this week. Thanks for supporting my rant, and actually, I hope you'll support my boycott of Vista. Until next week, this is Geek Girl, signing off. Meow. I'm not getting paid to say so, but these almond Snickers are amazing.